Last year's Super Bowl champs face this year's favorite to win the big game as the NFL regular season kicks off in Los Angeles Thursday night. I'm Ben Wilson from VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. The Buffalo Bills are around a 2-point favorite on the road at SoFi Stadium, taking on the Rams with a total of around 51.5. Bills minus 130 on the money line, with the Rams coming back at plus 110. Been a whole lot of movement on this game. The line opened about 3 months ago with the Rams actually favored by a point, but with question marks over quarterback Matthew Stafford's health and his offseason elbow injections, this line has flipped by about 3 points. On the Buffalo side, Von Miller joins a defense that was the best in the NFL a season ago, allowing just 17 points per game. The last time Buffalo faced LA, it was all the way back in Week 3 of 2020 when the Bills won 35-32. Speaking of the Bills being Super Bowl favorites starting the year, Josh Allen, the quarterback, he's also the MVP favorite at plus 650, while the Bills have lost their last 9 games against reigning Super Bowl champions. Meanwhile, for the Rams, they won 16 of their 21 games a season ago, but were just 10-11 against the number. 7-3 home team for the Rams a season ago, and 7 of their last 8 at home have gone under the total. As of Wednesday morning, running back Cam Akers was listed as questionable, but Akers says he's ready to go and will play. Meanwhile, other significant injury question marks include Tre'Davious White, who is on the PUP list and will be out, the cornerback for Buffalo, while Van Jefferson is a firm questionable but had not practiced early in the week for LA.
Visit VSiN.com to get current odds, listen for free, find showtimes, and download VSiN's sports betting podcasts.
It's presumably a battle for second place in the AFC East behind the Buffalo Bills as the Patriots and Dolphins meet Sunday in Miami. I'm Ben Wilson at VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. Bill Belichick versus the rookie Mike McDaniel making his head coaching debut for the Dolphins as Miami opens in the 3.5-point favorite range. Patriots coming back around plus 145 on the money line. Dolphins at minus 170 with a total right around 46.5. With early money on Miami as a result of a poor preseason out of New England, Dolphins have gone across the key number from 2.5 all the way up to 3.5. Miami has actually won the last 3 in this series straight up, and we're an underdog in all 3. If you remember last season in Foxborough, Dolphins won opening weekend in a 17-16 game before winning on the final week of the year 33-24. Both teams will have injury concerns in the secondary. Malcolm Butler, brought back to New England, starts the season on IR, while Byron Jones for Miami is on the PUP list. Patriots also without rookie wideout Tyquan Thornton, who is off to a great start in camp, but he's set to miss the first 6 to 8 weeks of the regular season. Patriots opening the year with 3 of 4 on the road. They might be underdogs. Bill Belichick is actually 30-15-2 all-time as an underdog, but is just 9-13 straight up at Miami and has lost 7 of his last 9 in South Florida. Meanwhile, the Dolphins became the first team in NFL history to lose 7 straight games and also win 7 straight in a single season. Dolphins winning 8 of their last 9 to end a season ago. However, it's a new coach in Mike McDaniel coming over from the 49ers, where he was offensive coordinator.
Visit VSiN.com to get current odds, listen for free, find showtimes, and download VSiN's sports betting podcasts.
2 teams with rising hopes battle on Sunday when we'll learn which of them is overrated. I'm Ben Wilson from VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. It's Philadelphia in Detroit as the Eagles around a 4-point road favorite and minus 190 on the money line against the Lions, who come back at around plus 160. Total sitting in the 49 range and getting a lot of action to the over after opening at around 46.5 has been bet up nearly a field goal. Both teams getting a lot of preseason buzz. Eagles, in fact, in the final week of preseason, moving to co-favorites to win the NFC East with the Cowboys at plus 150 after being more than 2-1 on the divisional odds. If you remember last Halloween, Philly crushed the Lions at Ford Field 44-6. And if you go back to 2007, the last 8 games between these two sides have gone over the total. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, Miles Sanders, the big injury question mark, listed as questionable heading into this game as Philadelphia looks to back up all that offseason buzz on their win total and division odds.
Visit VSiN.com to get current odds, listen for free, find showtimes, and download VSiN's sports betting podcasts.
It's an AFC North battle as division foes Pittsburgh and Cincinnati kick off their seasons in the Queen City. I'm Ben Wilson from VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. Cincinnati around a touchdown favorite at home, defending AFC champions against the team from the Steel City with a total right around 44. You can catch the Steelers in the plus 235 range on the money line with the Bengals about minus 280. For Pittsburgh, they just named Mitch Trubisky the official starting quarterback for Week 1. While T.J. Watt is expected to play, he's listed as probable after leaving Pittsburgh's last preseason game with a knee injury. Watt coming off a season a year ago in which he led the NFL in sacks with 22.5, tying Michael Strahan's 2001 record. Mike Tomlin, for what it's worth, 45-23 against the number in his career as an underdog, having never had a losing season in 15 years as Steelers head coach. Meanwhile, the Bengals sat nearly all of their starters for the entire preseason. No injury concerns as a result. The quarterback Joe Burrow is coming off an appendectomy during training camp, and last year was sacked 51 times in the regular season and 19 more in the playoffs. Bengals' big additions on the O-line will be their first time together in a regular season game. Ted Karras and Alex Kappa, the big offseason additions. Bengals winning both matchups a season ago, 24-10 in Pittsburgh, then 41-10 at home in Cincy.
Visit VSiN.com to get current odds, listen for free, find showtimes, and download VSiN's sports betting podcasts.
In Carolina quarterback Baker Mayfield's first game with his new team, he'll face his former squad, the Cleveland Browns. I'm Ben Wilson at VSiN, the sports betting network. Carolina, about 1.5 favorites at home against Cleveland with a total of 42. Panthers minus 125 on the money line with the Browns at plus 105. Here's a game that's had a whole lot of line movement in the offseason as Cleveland was favored on the road before Deshaun Watson's 11-game suspension. Now with Jacoby Brissett at quarterback, that line has flipped to the other side, with the Panthers favored by that 1.5. Browns were just 1-6 as underdogs straight up a season ago, while the Panthers closed last year on a 7-game losing streak, not covering the spread in any of those losses. Carolina's offense, 29th in passing and in scoring last season, a big reason why they brought in Mayfield to replace now the injured Sam Darnold. Early in the week, more than 75% of the bets and nearly 80% of the handle on the Carolina Panthers to cover.
Visit VSiN.com to get current odds, listen for free, find showtimes, and download VSiN's sports betting podcasts.